Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. Yay! We are here in chapter 5 of Waltz's Route. And yeah, it looks like there's some exciting things about to happen because in the last episode, if y'all remember, the huge thing of the last episode was that we formally proposed to Waltz. Yeah, we put a ring on him. We like surprised him during his like little like lesson at the marching. Of course, Claude and Prince Lance, they're from Brigantia. They are there. They came here as well for the anniversary of the end of the whole like Hildire being, the kingdom being saved by us. Like, yeah, that's the anniversary's coming up, and that's why they're coming to visit. So yeah, they were over by the marcher and we talked to them for a bit. But the main event basically was us surprising Waltz after his little lesson, his magic lessons. We gave the kids chocolate, and then we proposed to him by giving a ring from the Tinkerbell box that was from the first game that had held his magic, and now we're using it as the ring box to, as a way to show him and let him know that we care about him. We cherish him as much as he cherishes us. It was an event. It was great. We were pulling out all the stops for him, and we had a really cute and sweet moment. So yeah, so we've officiated the date to the wedding because we're like, hey, I know, we've been talks about it, and like I promised you that we would, we keep pushing back the wedding because of how everything got so busy. But we're like, no, we're gonna do this now because I love you so much, and I just want you by my side, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Oh my god. Okay, so chapter 5. Let's get right into it. Minister, we are here on this day to unite two kindred souls. Oh. The minister's words ring loud and clear in the calm silence. His voice is an anchor, rooting me in this surreal moment I have dreamed of for months. I wonder, is Waltz as nervous as I am? He better be. The minister claps his book shut. Before I proclaim you joined by marriage, thou must seal this pact with a kiss. Oh, of course, let me get in on that. I step toward the altar and hold out my hands. Waltz reaches for mine at the same time. Oh, you look so cute! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, so cute! Oh my god, y'all, screenshot this, frame it, put it on the wall. Oh my god, we so beautiful. This time seems to stop when I am standing before him. I forget entirely about the small audience we have and focus entirely on Waltz. His smile is so bright it makes my heart hitch. Hey, little star. Oh, hey, hello, Waltz. It's hard to believe we're finally here. I know. You think so? I knew it was only a matter of time, right? The past, the present, everything has led to this moment, and this is only the beginning. Shut up. I divert my gaze, briefly embarrassed. You really think I would be a good mother? You will be a good mother. You excel at everything you do. I feel I am only able to do my best because you are by my side. Likewise, little star. Oh, I love you, Waltz. I love you. I love you too, Hannah. Ah! We seal our declaration with a kiss. I barely hear the roaring applause of the audience. In this moment, all I hear is Waltz's promise echoing in my heart. I love you. This, I know, is the truest love I will ever feel. I hold on to this moment for as long as I can, knowing I will remember it for the rest of my life. It's so nice. My mind is fuzzy when I wake the next day. Last night's celebration was exhausting, wonderful but physically draining. The last thing I remember is nearly falling asleep in the garden and Waltz carrying me to bed before anyone noticed. Waltz? Where's my husband? I turned to see him lying beside me, twirling a strand of my hair around his finger. Oh, hello, dear husband. Good morning, little star. How long have you been up? Just a few minutes. He smiles. You were talking in your sleep. Oh, and you didn't bother to wake me up? I would have, but it sounded like you were having such an interesting conversation with Dream Me. I was Dream You? Yes. I bolt out of my bed, horrified. You're teasing me. Waltz props himself up on his elbow and arches an eyebrow. Am I? If you will not tell me what I said, then I will assume you are lying. Well, it sounded like the two of us were in the bath, and you. Hey, now, never mind. I've decided I'm not interested. Waltz laughs when I throw a pillow at him. What a wonderful way to start our married life. Yes, how very regal of us, the king and queen of Angiel, to be throwing pillows at each other in the morning. Waltz looks at me wide-eyed. I don't realize why belatedly. What? You married a queen. It's only a matter of time until your crowning ceremony. You have been studying for this for months, remember? Waltz falls back on the bed, arm over his eyes. He laughs a little breathlessly. Me, the king of Angiel? Who would have ever thought? I think you will look excellent in a crown. Yeah, I settle myself on the edge of the bed. Walt sits up and runs a hand through his hair. You weren't the only one having dreams last night. Oh, what were you dreaming of? The past. Oh. He looks at me questioningly, as if asking for permission to speak. I fold my hands on my lap and look at him expectantly. It was a dream, but it was also a memory. Myth was in it. He sighs. When we were both taken on as apprentices to Hildyr, she used to pit us against each other. It was how she trained us. Myth is the witch I used to know as Mithros. He was one of my father's closest advisor and a traitor. I do not remember him growing up. Waltz tells me that is because Mother kept Myth close. Few knew of his existence because he was kept close within the palace walls. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder what would have happened if I had been able to befriend him. Would I have been able to save him from Mother? In the dream, memory, I burn Mythos' hand. Waltz pinches the bridge of his nose. I remember I felt terrible about it. Witches can't heal, but I tried to convince him to let me help him treat the wound. He refused, and then Hildyr came in and... She told him he deserved it, didn't she? Waltz nods. She said it was his punishment for being weak. Worse, she praised me for landing a hit on him. Mother used to say similar things to me. She believed only the strong had the right to survive. I felt awful about it. That night, I came to your room. It was all I could do to keep from crying. I don't think you noticed, but you were awfully perceptive. You noticed how quiet I was, and then you grabbed my hands and asked me if I wanted to help you make a puppet. You remembered that in a dream? I'm not surprised. That moment was very important to me. You know, it was the first time I felt like you'd let me into your heart. I slide close enough to lean into him. When was it that you started letting me into your heart? Waltz wraps an arm around my shoulders and kisses the top of my head. You wiggled your way into my heart the first time I met you. You were just that bright little star. He sighs softly into my hair. I can't help but think about my students when I think of Myth. He was a great student with so much potential, but Hildyr was ruthless. She didn't know how to teach empathy. I wish I could have saved him from himself before he became so corrupted. There's nothing you could have done. You can make a difference now. Oh, well... You can make a difference now, right? You can teach the kids properly, you know, like, be kind as when, you know, what it means to, you know, defend yourself using magic, what it means to use certain magic, you know, like there's all that good stuff, yeah. I wish Myth was still alive so that was possible. I shake my head. You said it yourself. You think about Myth every time you teach. You teach because you want those witches to have the education you both never did, right? Right. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that? Walt smiles. You know me better than I know myself, Hannah. You're right, as always. I can't do anything to change the past, but I can make sure my students have a proper education. Right? Yeah, see? I told you. And that they learn to love magic as it should be loved, as means to protect and assist others, not to destroy things. Right? If anyone can teach them that, it's you, Waltz. I have faith that your future, our future, will be a bright one. Especially now that we're married, yes. Waltz grins when I blush. I thought it never mattered to you that we weren't married. It didn't, but now that we are, I fully intend on gushing about you as my wife to everyone I know. Shush. I elbow him in the side. Please don't. I look up, my gaze snagging on the clock. Oh, we're late. We are extremely late for breakfast. Why did none of the servants call for me? Well, we had a big day yesterday and have the anniversary today. Everyone probably thought it would be good to let you rest while you could. Oh right, the anniversary. Oh damn, that's today? And we just had our wedding yesterday. What about my honeymoon? I eye him suspiciously. I hope you did not plan any grand event for today. Nothing like that, but I'm still convinced you're going to love it. Okay. Walt stands and holds out a hand. Shall we head out? Okay, yes. Walt and I walk to the dining hall hand in hand. When we arrive, the usual group is already there, along with our 2 guests. Good morning, newlyweds. Hello. Good morning, Your Majesty. Your... Prince Lance looks at Walt, consternated look on his face. Oh my god, big words. Waltz is fine. Good morning, Lord Waltz. Lord Waltz. Claude sighs. You're stiff as always, Llama. Llama. And you are far too colloquial, Karma. I take my seat at the table and glance at Ophelia, who sits in front of me. Congratulations again, you two. You were quite the handsome couple yesterday. Yes, I do agree. Yes, you looked stunning, Hannah. I'm glad the ceremony wasn't rushed. Rushed? Well, you planned all this mere days before the ceremony was set to happen. You barely had time for a rehearsal. True. Claude abruptly looks up. About that, I have a complaint. What? What? Karma, please. Quiet, Llama. He furrows his brows at me. Is it my DJ? Are you not going to invite us to your wedding, darling? You had no idea we'd be in Angel when you made that proposal, after all. Oh. No, I did not. It was very spontaneous. Claude deflates. Truly, I am wounded. I shake my head. This was a ceremony for the 2 of us. It's true I wanted friends there if they could make it, but the grand ceremony with the nobles in attendance will probably happen next month. Be that as it may, I am glad you and Lance were there yesterday, Claude. Right. You had impeccable timing. Claude reflects my smile back at me. Me too, Your Majesty. Please expect an extravagant gift from Brigantia on the day of your second ceremony. Wow. Please also consider this a warning, Your Majesty. My brothers' gifts are known to be overwhelming. This does not surprise me in the slightest. Rod coughs. Are you going to eat? Your breakfast is getting cold and we're waiting for you to finish before we drink tea. Right. Walt lifts his glass with a bright smile. To late morning breakfasts with friends, yes. It is ridiculous, and yet everyone raises a glass to toast him. To the Queen and future King of Angiel, may your future always be bright. Aw, you guys. As Walt and I turn to our food, the conversation everyone had been having around the table before Walt and I returned resumes. There's really no reason for you to want to host me. Of course there is. We enjoy having guests. It's true, we love having Princess Emmeline. You should come with her this time. What are y'all talking about? Yeah. Are you going on tour? Before you arrived, I invited Rod to stay in Brigantia. We host Princess Emmeline all the time, after all. I think Rod would like it there as well. Brigantia has a vibrant nighttime scene. There's always a lot of dancing and singing. So you're inviting me to, what, dance and sing? Claude laughs. Only if you want to. It will be a good time, Rod. You should come. Come party. Come on. Don't be such a wet blanket. You're always talking about exploring new hobbies and passions. Maybe Brigantia is where you'll find them. Right? You would even get away from studying for a while. Rod crosses his arms. Fine, I'll go. Yes, it's settled then. We'll focus on arrangements after today's festivities. Yay. The animated conversation carries into our tea time. As much as I want to stay and hear the details, I have other things I must do today for my speech. Okay. Before my speech. Excuse me, everyone. I have a few errands I need to run. Yeah. Are you sure you don't need any help? No. I set a hand on Walter's shoulder as I rise. No, I would much rather you enjoy yourself here. You can catch up on everything tomorrow. If you're certain. Yeah, I'll call you. Don't worry, I'll call you when I need you. Somehow. I lean forward and whisper. One of us, at least, should be a gracious host. Good point. Maybe I'll try performing some magic tricks. You are still very much a child, aren't you? Walt smiles sweetly at Claude. No need to get so worked up about my magic. At ease, small one. Claude's responding glare is so immediate it makes me laugh. I shall see you all later. I finish up the last of my tea before heading to the throne room. Alright, time to do some queenly business. I spent an hour in the throne room speaking with various witch and fairy representatives I am interviewing for positions on my new council. I meant what I said to Delora the other day. I want to expand my council so that it includes not just human voices, but fairies and witches as well. So far, all the applicants have been extremely qualified, which makes the selection process more difficult as I am only accepting 8 new seats. I pinch the bridge of my nose as the most recent applicant leaves the throne room. Well, that was the last applicant. Okay. Well, is there a reason you decided to interview them today before a big festival? You've gone from being overwhelmed to suddenly doing everything at once. I had a burst of inspiration after speaking with Cinna. I called both Delora and Cinna here today to help me speak with the candidates. Delora has been my teacher for years, and Cinna is not only the loosest bearer, but the one who inspired this idea in the first place. It makes sense to have them both here, right? Help me be a good judge of character. Understandable. Of course you would say that. Cinna's just like, yes, I did that. Me. Still, remember not to overwork yourself, Your Majesty. Do not worry. After all of this is done, Walt and I plan on taking a much-needed vacation. Yes, our honeymoon! Speaking of Walt, it's rare to see you conducting this sort of business without him. Walt has been by my side this entire time, but my duties are still my own. I thought it would be best to start this process without Walt and catch him up on things later. I hope you aren't still trying to prove yourself a worthy Tenebraean bearer by taking on too much work for yourself. No, I am simply striving to be better. I will let my actions speak for themselves. Delora crosses her arms. Spoken like a true witch queen. The title startles me. Witch queen? Oh. Well, if you think about it, that's what you are, isn't it? Well, yeah. Never mind the fact that you're a halfling. Details. Witch queen, like my mother. Ah, yeah. Titles are just that. Titles. We inject new meaning into them all the time. I wonder if I could accomplish such a thing with that title. Anyway, since that was the last applicant for the day, I assume you want us to excuse ourselves so that you can make preparations for your speech? This speech is in about 1 hour. I wonder if I have time to do that other thing that has been on my mind. Oh, what? Yes, we're done for the day. Thank you both for assisting me. It's an honor, Miss Tenebraean Bearer. Cinna shrugs. It's my duty to help you keep things balanced. It's the only reason I'm here. You can admit you look up to Hana. I think she'd appreciate hearing that from you. Amazingly, Cinna doesn't say anything to that, which means she's right. Thank you, Cinna. I look up to you too, right? You have good ideas as well. Goodbye. Okay. Bye-bye. He's still tsundere. Cinna turns on his heels and walks away. Delora flashes me one last grin before trailing him out of the room. After they leave, I am alone in the room, with just a handful of knights. Sitting here in this quiet atop this throne, the weight of everything to come suddenly crashes down on my shoulders again. But I will no longer be cowed. I am looking forward to facing these challenges with Waltz. Oh, what? I stand and wave one of the knights over. Are Lady Jurian and Sir Garland preoccupied right now? The commander and Sir Garland are organizing the security around town. I wouldn't want to bother them. Your Majesty, if I may speak freely... of course. Sir Fitzgerald has been looking for you all morning. He's on break, but I think he's waiting outside to speak with you. Oh, perfect. I would rather do this next thing with someone who will not ask too many questions. Then I will not make him wait. Thank you for letting me know. I dismiss the knight and head for the exit. Okay, Fritz, where you at? The minute I step outside, Fritz suddenly appears before me. Oh, gosh. Your Majesty. Yes. Fritz brows low before me. The promotion Jurian gave me, I had to come and thank you in person. Aw. Oh, right. I was wondering when Jurian would tell him about the promotion. You do not need to thank me for something you earned, Fritz. Exactly. But I do. Aw. It was your belief in me that allowed me to stay here. I will forever be grateful if you gave me another chance to prove myself. What happened 2 years ago was not your fault, Fritz. Still nothing. But if you would like to thank me, perhaps you could do me a favor? Anything. Accompany me to the dungeons. But why? I need to visit a prisoner. The witch you just recently tried in court? The one who was guilty? A pang goes through my heart at his words. It is true, we managed to get the arsonist to confess. He did so without any guilt. He said he would rather rot in the dungeons than have to serve a queen he did not believe in. Yes, that witch. May I ask why? You shall see when we get there. I gesture to Fritz to follow after me, and the two of us make our way to the dungeons. Yeah, I don't want to talk to him. He's such a downer. He's so rude to me, too. The dungeons are cold and dreary as always. I force a neutral expression onto my face as I approach the witch's cell. I find him sitting cross-legged on the ground, staring up at the ceiling. What do you want, soft heart? He angles his head to look at me with disdain. Ugh, you do not get to speak to Her Majesty like that. It's okay, Fritz. Yeah. It's fine, I don't really care about him and his opinions. I approach the bars. I did not get to bring this up in court because it had nothing to do with the proceedings, but I wanted to let you know I am adding witches to my council. The witch stares at me, baffled. Why would you tell me this? Is this some kind of trick? No trick, just the truth. You said I am not like my mother. You are right. My mother lied and manipulated others. She saw things in black and white, good and bad, but we are all more complicated than that. My mother only took the council of witches that kneeled before her. She ruled through fear. That was also wrong. So I am doing things differently, my way. Yeah, I thought I ought to let you know since you were so concerned with my lack of effort. The witch leans back against the wall with a sigh. It's no use. Humans will always be afraid of things they don't understand. Well, they will always fear those who have more power than them. This ideal peace you speak of is impossible. Perhaps I do not believe that is true. No, I don't believe that's true. You're wrong. Everything I do is a step toward obtaining peace. Right? If anyone can bring about peace, it's Her Majesty. The witch scoffs. You're both foolish. You can try all you like to broker peace, but you'll never obtain it. Mark my words. Think what you will of my efforts, but I do not think it is foolish to hope, right? I still think it's all foolishness, but I appreciate hearing all this from your own mouth. It is my duty as bearer to watch over the witches of this kingdom. You are included in that duty, even if you do not consider me your queen. I step away from the bars. That is all I came down here to say. Good day. Bye now. I turn and walk away, Fritz trailing behind me. Your Majesty, that was foolishness, I know. Oh, but it's good. No, that was amazing. You're the most fearless person I know. Oh. Thanks. The two of us make our way back to the above-ground corridors. Thank you for accompanying me, Fritz. Yeah, of course. Feel free to call me whenever you need me, Your Majesty. I shall. And Fritz? Yes? You can use my name every once in a while, you know. I mean, we're friends. Oh, of course, Queen Hana. Better. Yeah, I get you there. Will you be at the anniversary festival today? Yes, Lady Jurian gave me the day off. I'll be visiting the bakeries today. I hear that they have a lot of special baked goods. Nice. If you happen to see a stall by the fountain with a floral top, I highly recommend their chocolate almond croissants. They're exquisite. Oh, lovely. That sounds good. I never knew Fritz had a sweet tooth. Well, I shall do that. Thank you, Fritz. Until next we meet, your Queen Hana. Yes. Okay. Fritz bows before excusing himself. I head in the opposite direction, toward the front gates where I am to give my speech. Oh man, am I gonna wing it? Based on the reception of the audience, my speech is well received. I tell the audience of the endeavors I have already discussed with Waltz. Okay, we fast forwarding, we speed running. I tell them about my intention to make every voice in my kingdom heard. I promise that I will judge every crime based on the sin, not the sinner. It does not matter who the criminal is, human, witch, or fairy. All shall be judged equally. I tell them my hopes for the future, that Angia will be a peaceful place where everyone gets along no matter who their neighbor is. And lastly, I would like to introduce someone who I believe can expound on my efforts, though I am sure you all know who he is. Everyone, please welcome Waltz Cresswell to the stage. My husband and future king. The audience bursts into wild applause as Walt steps into place beside me. Hello everyone, it's an honor for me to be here on stage speaking with all of you. Please excuse my blunders. I'm used to being on stage as a performer. I'm still working on politics. This prompts some chuckles from the audience. Walt uses that disclaimer at the beginning of every speech, but he is just as good of a speaker as he is a performer. He has always had a gift for putting others at ease. Not a day goes by that I don't remember the Great War. It's true I served Lady Hildyr then. She stole many things from me. My family, my free will, my heart, and I followed her because without those things I was lost. My whole life I have been trying to redeem myself. I will never forget the past. It's true it can't be changed, but it's only through acknowledging it that we can push forward. My goal has and will always be to help build a brighter future, one in which the crystallium are balanced and everyone is happy. It is an honor to make that dream a reality alongside Queen Hana, the Tenebrarium bearer. Waltz's speech is well received, which is unsurprising. After introducing Cinna, he joins me at the back of the stage. You are phenomenal as always, little star. But you are too. You give yourself some credit as well. And you were a natural on that stage, like always. Well, I had a good teacher. Me? Right? Of course, I've watched you give speeches every month for 2 years. Don't think I haven't been taking notes. When will you let me learn something from you? You're welcome to come to my magic lessons, but I doubt you need them. Still, I hope you'll come visit the students more often. I would like that. More applause follows Cinna's speech. He, like Waltz and I, speaks at length about balancing the crystallium and making things equal between the fairies, witches, and humans. At the end of the speech, all 3 of us come to the front of the stage to deliver our final words. This time, when the audience cheers, they throw lilies onto the stage. Aww. The response brings a smile to my face. I remember what Cinna said about wishes and making them come true on our own. I will dedicate myself to Angiel for the rest of my days. I will make sure our future is a bright one. After the speech, the townspeople approach with their bouquets and well wishes. The air is filled with jubilant conversations as they come to offer their praise. It is more overwhelming today than any other day of the year, but with Waltz's help, the 2 of us managed to speak to everyone. Okay, by the time we are all done, all I want is to sit on a bench and relax. But yes, we've got some time before the surprise I planned. Maybe we could use the free time to treat ourselves to something delicious? Okay, I can't say no to you. I remember what Fritz said about there being a bunch of themed baked goods around town today. He mentioned some stall with almond chocolate croissants. Yes. What are you in the mood for? The candied apples? Croissants? Did he like candied apples? I forgot. Well, what was your treat of interest? Oh my god, I can't remember. Anyways, we're gonna just do a quick save here. I'm gonna say, I know Fritz said something about the croissants. I know that, but like that's his treat, that's his thing, and like candied apples. How nostalgic of you. What? They are clearly the superior treat. I can always pick up a croissant later. Exactly. Agreed. Waltz holds out his hand. I take it and allow him to lead me toward our favorite stall. Right? I feel like the candied apple was like something nostalgic. It was like something from the first game. Like, why would it be a choice if it wasn't? The stall owner we have been visiting for years is there and smiles at us brightly when we arrive. Queen Hana, Lord Waltz. The man bows deeply. It is, as always, an honor to serve you both. Thank you for your thoughtful speeches today. What will you 2 have today? The usual, please. Always a good choice. Waltz digs into his pocket for coins for the merchant, but the man refuses to take them when he hands us our apples. I can't take money from you, especially not today. Please, these are my treat. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your patronage is the greatest honor. Aw. Waltz and I settle on a nearby bench to eat the apples, but when I reach to take mine from him, he lifts my apple into the air away from me. Hey, now. He takes a bite from his and chews for a few moments before finally handing me my apple, a mischievous smile on his face. Sorry, just wanted to make sure they weren't poisonous. I gather electricity at my fingertips and shock him in the shoulder. Waltz just laughs. You remember what I said years ago when I first treated you to these apples? Other than that same poison apple comment, you said you would always remember that day. Waltz nods. I'll never forget how happy you looked that day. You told me you were fulfilling a promise you made to me long ago. That's right, you'd always wanted to try all the desserts around town, but couldn't leave the palace. And now, here we are. Waltz kisses the top of my head. Right, here we are. Oh, we going strong. After the 2 of us finish our dessert, Waltz stands and offers me a hand. It's about time for your surprise, I think. Oh, last year Waltz used his magic to craft archways made of lilies in the main plaza for me to walk through. I hope he did not go out of his way to do something like that this year. I am both excited and nervous. Don't be nervous. I know you're going to love this. Okay. He winks at me. Would you mind closing your eyes? Okay. What? Please? A surprise isn't a surprise if you can see it. Oh, he leans closer to me, close enough to whisper in my ear. Don't worry, little star, I'll guide you. Okay, fine, if you insist. Okay, I close my eyes. I close my eyes and hold tight to Waltz's hand, letting him lead me to the surprise location. We're almost there. I hear jubilant chatter as we pass through lively crowds, but I cannot focus on any of their conversations. All I hear is the loud thudding of my own heartbeat. And then I hear a door open. Waltz leads me carefully through an opening. Open your eyes, little star. Oh, the Martian. Okay. I open my eyes to find myself in a familiar space. I recognize it immediately. My home away from home, the Martian Tavern. Surprise! Oh, is it a surprise party for me? Oh, it's all my friends! All my friends! All of my friends stand before me, clapping and laughing at my surprise. I am too shocked to even be embarrassed. It has been a long time, too long, since I saw all of them here together. You're gaping, Your Majesty. Well, Her Majesty has reasons to be surprised. It's been years since we were all here. Yeah, the last time we were, our lovely queen was but a princess. And now she's the most powerful woman in all the land. Well, you flatter me. That's some impressive character development. It is! And I was a grumpy cat, too. Characters! Ha! You speak as if we were characters in a fairy tale. Well, this fourth wall break, yes. Good thing we aren't, It'd be a little disappointing if this were just a story. Well, what is all this fourth wall breaking here? It would make a good tale for a bard, though, wouldn't it? Waltz wraps an arm around my shoulders and pulls me closer. Surprise, Hana. Oh, I don't understand. What are you all doing here? We're here for you, Your Majesty. Oh, you guys, and the broom, the broom is here too. Oh my God, y'all remember the broom that gave us like trouble, but then we ended up being friends with it. We even let the broom out of the closet for today. Oh no. I miss you too, though. The broom hops into my arms before I can step away. Thankfully, it does not force me to clean anything. It just seems jittery with excitement. I suppose it is good to see you again, Mr. Broom. The broom hops around us all in celebration. Despite my best efforts, I cannot stop myself from laughing. Thank the gods Lance wasn't invited. Why, you're just glad he's not here to steal all the attention away from you. He does not steal the attention away from me. You are clearly in denial, Prince. Shush, small one. What did you just call me? What did you just say? Oh, tiny lord, I wouldn't... Oh, comment on my height one more time and I'll smash a chair over your head. Oh my goodness gracious. You'll not do such things in my presence. A niece approaches and takes my hand as the banter continues. It was Waltz's suggestion. He thought you might enjoy a dinner with friends for a change of pace. Yes, friends. The word makes my eyes fog with tears. Once upon a time, I did not have friends. Now I have many of them, and I am so incredibly grateful for all of them. I made your favorites for tonight. I hope you like them. Yes, it's my favorites, girl. Of course I'll like them. Anise suddenly looks nervous. Your Majesty? Why? I realize I am crying in earnest now. Waltz wipes a stray tear away. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just emotional. I'm just really emotional. You okay, little star? Everything about this is perfect, Waltz. Good. I like to think I know you pretty well. I turn back to Anise. Please, Anise, I would love dinner. Yeah. Anise claps her hands together and raises her voice loud enough for everyone to hear. Dinner time, everyone. Please, everyone. Everything is on the house, including the hot chocolate. Ah, yay. As everyone cheers and follows after Anise, I turn to Waltz. Thank you, Waltz, for everything. Waltz pulls me into an embrace. No, thank you, little star. The two of us share a quick kiss beneath the tavern lights before we follow the group into the reception area. Tonight, I forget I am a queen and the Tenebrarian bearer. Tonight, I am just Hana, a girl who is here at the Marching Tavern to enjoy good food and good company. Yeah! Oh, this is so wholesome. Is that the end of that chapter? Really? That's it! That's chapter 5! The Queen and the King of Angiel is chapter 6! Wow, this has been very wholesome so far. Like, oh my god, like we've only really experienced just that one little speed bump in our relationship, but we cleared that up pretty quickly, and everything is just going swimmingly. Like I'm still nervous, guys. I'm still nervous for what may happen because again, anything could happen. And I honestly, I can't remember how long these like routes are, like how many chapters there are, but like I think I would say we're good. We're like halfway through it, maybe or not. I don't know. I don't know, but again, it's been very wholesome. I like the change of pace, you know? Like it's good to have some wholesome shit every once in a while. Everything, you know, not everything has to be about all the angst and shit, okay? Like let's just be happy for once. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna leave it here because I'm trying to do this chapter by chapter. That way, it's a little bit more organized for y'all and for me as well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell on my channel because for those of you who may not know, I am still on a semi hiatus on this channel. My uploading schedule is a little bit wonky to say the least because all the opportunities I get to sit down and record and do episodes for you guys, they come. I take them as they come. Basically, I don't know when's the next time I'm going to be able to have these opportunities. So even if you do ask me when's the next time I'm going to upload, I can't really give you a straight answer, unfortunately. So yeah, the best way to know is to, of course, at least put on the notification bell, and that way you'll for sure know when's the next time I'm going to upload anything. But otherwise, yeah, thank you again, as always, for all your patience. I hope you're enjoying this story as much as I am, and I will see you in my other Let's Play or anything else I decide to throw in for you guys. But for now, bye!